Production-wise, the list is endless. I mean, when I first started and wanted to get into making beats, the first people that made me really want to do beats was the 45 King. He used to put out. Ooh, drop my back cushion. 45 King. I used to buy these shits. He was like a producer who did, for those who don't know, he did like the Flavor Unit, like Lakim Shabazz, Queen Latifah, and then he went on to do big shit like Stand for Eminem and Hard Knock Life for Jay-Z. But he used to put out these CDs. I bought this in the 9th grade, and this was one of the CDs that made me want to be a producer. 45 Kingdom. It's just a bunch of instrumental beats, no rhyming, and it came out in like 1990. He used to just put out these albums of just beats, and the beats was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to buy these, and I'd be like, "Yo, this guy just has mad." And then he would do shit for like.
He did all the Latifah shit in the first album.
Yeah, Latifah, Lakim Shabazz. He would do remixes for people, and his beats were just crazy because he was kind of like me in that he used these weird samples, but he made them work. Like back then, it was weird to use horns and shit. Like this was like an era where it was like, okay, take a James Brown loop, put a drum beat over it. That's that. Take a Kool and the Gang, a Parliament loop, put some drums. But he was taking these weird, funky horns like.
Oh, he has the best no horn beat.
Yeah, the Ed Lover Dance, 900 number.
Which was what? Marvin Whitney.
Yeah, it was Marvin Whitney. You know what I'm saying? And he would like he would just have beats, instrumental beats, and he was like the producer that made me want to experiment and start doing tracks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now, everybody samples weird shit and does weird beats. But if you're like in 1990 and every beat is like just a simple James Brown beat, then you hear some weird shit like this. You know what I'm saying? You hear like crazy. You're like, that's some crazy shit. And I was like, yo, this dude's beats is crazy different. Like it was just dirty, it was grimy.
So was he was chopping stuff?
He was chopping shit up. He had these drums that was knocking. And it was like 45 King was the guy who made me say, okay, I think I want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because before that I was a bass player. And then, you know, but I used to collect a lot of records to play the bass to, and then he would like sample just weird records, and he definitely was a big influence. And then get some background music. And Pete Rock was an influence. When Mecca and the Soul Brother came out, I definitely wanted to get, you know, that was when I bought my first drum machine, the SP1200 sampler, when Pete Rock came out. So Pete Rock, you know, 45 King, the Bomb Squad, because Public Enemy always had these crazy noise and these sound bites going in and out, kind of like how I have those little sound snippets and the beats are just erratic. Bomb Squad did that, you know, Dr. Dre was doing some, you know, crazy shit with NWA. Even the Miami shit, like we were saying earlier about 808s, like Luke would have, you know, Mr. Mix was a crazy producer with 808s. You know, DJ Premier, of course.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike's was ill on the cuts. DJ Pooh and Sir Jinx out west, they were doing like a West Coast version of kind of what the Bomb Squad was doing. DJ Muggs, that first Cypress Hill album was stupid. Like to this day, beat-wise, like whenever I'm in a slump, I put on that first Cypress Hill album and I just zone out.
That is a crazy 808 album.
Yeah, crazy 808 and just dirty samples, just shit on top of shit. Kind of like how I just cut and paste shit from all over the place. Not necessarily loops, just like cutting and pasting. Collage, and like those guys were the producers. And in terms of rappers, I never consider myself a rapper really, you know what I'm saying? So not that many people influenced me, but the ones that did, like as I came on, like were the rappers who influenced me were rappers that were more like not I'm nicer than you, I'm this, I'm that. More like rappers who just told stories, had fun, and didn't take themselves serious like me. Like rappers who were almost like just almost joking, like Too Short was probably my biggest influence. Eazy-E, Too Short, Bismarcky, because he was a joker and didn't take himself too serious like me. He was a clown. Redman for the same reason, but Redman is real, you know, nice on the mic. You know, Eazy-E, Too Short, Biz, Redman. Who else? There's a lot of the guys. Old Dirty Bastard, of course. Rest in peace. Milk D from Audio 2, like he had a real simple style, but he just used to talk mad shit, and he was just mad brash and arrogant. I like entertainer rappers, not necessarily rappers that's like, yo, I'm nicer than you, or you know, I'm more political, or I like rappers that just, they might not be technically the nicest rapper, but they'll get on records and make you laugh, tell a story, talk shit, and that's how I am. I don't consider myself one of the best. I just have fun. I like rappers that just come out and have fun. So.
How about DJs, like people who scratch?
And DJing, I started DJing around this time I started doing beats. I was like 14. DJ Scratch is my favorite DJ. I mean, big up to Scratch. I know him, you know, personally, but that dude is just, he's just, his cutting, man, that dude is just off the charts. Like the shit, and he's a dope producer too. Like he just, in terms of beats and cutting, he's just crazy off the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like he's wild. DJ Magic Mike, like you said before, from Florida. A lot of people don't know him. He used to do like a lot of up tempo, booty bass kind of shit, but his cuts were sick. And him and Scratch were cousins, I think, too. That was crazy.
So you think it's genetic?
I don't know, but them two had cutting in their genes like crazy if they were. And then, of course, you know, Jazzy Jeff was nice. You know, DJ Miz from Fresco Miz, DJ Vanguard. There was a lot of DJs back in the day, like all the Supermen, like Clark Kent and his Supermen. They used to do those battles back in the days, and I used to see tapes, and them dudes would be cutting with handcuffs on and doing all this crazy shit. And they just was always, you know, doing some crazy. Those were the guys, you know, all around who influenced me, you know.